Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel GSA PUC Mysuru. Today I'll be starting with the fresh chapter, that is the chapter number 8 from the second PUC electronics syllabus, that is modulation and demodulation. In this particular chapter we'll be dealing with what is modulation, what is the demodulation, and what is the AM, FM, PM, the difference between AM and FM. We are going to mainly focus on AM and FM. We are going to see what's all these things, AM andreno, FM antandreno, and what are the different blocks which are present in the transmitting station, or what are the different blocks present in the receiving stations ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. In the previous chapter, that is the wireless communication, we saw some of the basic terms which is very much essential in order to transmit the signals from one place to another place, that is critical angle, critical frequency ಅಂತ ಈ ತರ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು definitions ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಹಾಗೇನೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು a very important layer of the atmosphere which is called as ionosphere ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, which is further divided into D, E and F ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. So on a whole, the purpose of this communication system is to transmit the signals from one place to another place. Transmit the signal or transmit the information from one place to another place. ಆದರೆ before transmitting the signals, we have to undergo some kind of process what is called as modulation. Modulation ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? Modulation ಮಾಡ್ದೇನೆ ನಾವು ಹಾಗೆ ಕಳ್ಸಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ವಾ? No. If I am going to consider that this is the actual signal what I want to transmit to a longer distance. This is the actual signal ಅಂದರೆ whatever I am speaking now, I want to transmit this signal to a longer distance ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಕಿರ್ಚ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ that will reach only to a shorter distance, that cannot reach to a maximum distance. ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ದೂರ ತನಕನೂ ಕೇಳೋ ಹಾಗೆ ನಾನು ಕಿರ್ಚಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, because there is a number of disturbances, that is noise signals present. So we need some of the circuit, or we need some technique or scheme which helps in transmitting the actual information or transmitting the actual signal from one place to another place to a larger distance or to a long distance. So modulation is one such kind of process. So modulation antandreno, it is nothing but the process of superimposing low frequency signal onto a high frequency carrier signal is called as the modulation. So low frequency signal ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ we are talking about the audio signals. ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು itself is an audio signal. So I want to transmit this audio signal to a longer distance ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ the frequency of this particular signal, the audio signal what I am speaking with, that frequency will range within 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. So audio signals to range is always within 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. But this frequency signal cannot be transmitted to a longer distance. So we undergo a process what is called as a modulation, for which we are going to use a circuit what is called as a modulator. ಈ modulator ಗೆ we are going to give the actual signal as the input, and that actual signal will be called as the modulating signal, which can either be called as the baseband signal or the intelligence signal. ಇದನ್ನ intelligence signal ಅಂತನಾರು ಕರಿಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ baseband signal ಅಂತನಾರು ಕರಿಬಹುದು. So what we are going to do in modulation process is the modulating signal, that is the actual information which is to be transmitted, that signal will be combined with another signal what is called as the carrier signal, whose frequency is very very high. ಇದರದ್ದು frequency ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So in a circuit what is called as modulator, we are going to superimpose ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ನ ಕೂರಿಸೋದು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. We are going to superimpose the low frequency modulating signal onto a high frequency carrier signal. So that is what is called as the modulation, the process of superimposing low frequency modulating signal onto a high frequency carrier signal. And the signal what is generated after superimposing the modulating signal with the carrier signal is called as the modulated signal. So after combining our modulating signal or the actual signal with the carrier signal, we are going to get a new signal, what is called as the modulated signal. So this carrier signal, the name itself is specifying, it helps in carrying the signal from one place to another place. This carrier signal is carrying the actual information with it from one place to the other place. This modulation can be compared with a simple tiffin carrier. Tiffin carrier anta helidaga will be having a tiffin, will be having a box, but inside the tiffin box will be having the food what we want to eat. So that actual food can be considered as a modulating signal, but that box can be considered as a carrier signal. So we are packing our food within that carrier box and we are carrying that carrier box from one place to another place. So that carrier signal or the carrier box is nothing but a medium or nothing but a signal through which I am superimposing our food or I am superimposing our modulating signal, which helps in carrying the actual signal from one place to other place. So modulation is the process of superimposing the low frequency, you have to mention this, the low frequency modulating signal onto a high frequency carrier signal is called as the modulation process. And what is this demodulation? You have carried your tiffin box from one place to the other place. In the other place, what you are going to do? You are just going to eat, or you are just going to look at the content of that tiffin box. You are just going to eat the food and the carrier signal will be left behind. So what we are going to do in the demodulation process is we are going to separate our modulating signal from the carrier signals. So the process of demodulating or the process of separating a modulating signal from a carrier signal is called as demodulation. I hope you are very much clear with this modulation and demodulation. Modulation anta helidre carrier signal matte modulating signal na combine madodu. Demodulation antandre we are separating the modulating signal and the carrier signal. So in this particular chapter we are going to study in detail about this modulation and demodulation. Modulation and demodulation anta bandaga, for this modulation I am having another definition, that is, it is a process by which some of the characteristics like amplitude, let me denote that by A, the frequency F and the phase of the carrier signal will be altered with the or will be varied in accordance with the instantaneous value of a modulating signal is called as modulation. Hagandre this is our actual signal, that is the modulating signal. It is sinusoidal in nature. So this sinusoidal signals will be having some amplitude, either on the maximum amplitude, either on the minimum amplitude. So the frequency of this particular signal is less. Adhe nanu carrier signal anta andaga adradu frequency tumbane jaasti irutte, even more than this particular diagram. So I am superimposing this particular modulating signal onto this high frequency carrier signal. So this carrier signal will be having some of the parameters like amplitude, frequency and phase anta irutte. What is this instantaneous value of a modulating signal anta helidre? If I am going to consider this as a time scale and this as a voltage scale or the amplitude scale, for this particular time duration, the amplitude is equal to 0. Ade point bandaga, for this particular time the amplitude is maximum, positive maximum. Ade bere points bandaga the amplitudes will be different. So the characteristics of this particular, either the amplitude, either the frequency, either the phase will entirely depend upon the instantaneous value. A particular instantly a amplitude eshtiruttho adar takkange idu characteristics vary agta hogutte. So the characteristics of a carrier signal will be varied in accordance with the amplitude of a modulating signal is called as the modulation. So we are having two different definitions for modulation. Modulation is the process of superimposing the low frequency modulating wave onto high frequency carrier wave is called as modulation. In another definition, modulation is a process in which the characteristics of a carrier signal, that is the amplitude, frequency and phase will be varied in accordance with the amplitude of a modulating signal is called as modulation. So this is a simple block diagram which explains us the process what is called as the modulation. So this is a block diagram of a modulator in which we are going to give two input signals. One is a modulating signal, the other one is the carrier signal, and we will be getting an output what is called as a modulated signal. Clear? In general, both the modulating signal as well as the carrier signal will be sinusoidal in nature. If I am going to consider a sinusoidal carrier signal which is given by this relation V equals Vc sin omega Ct plus theta, which can also be written as Vc sin omega is nothing but 2 pi f. So 2 pi fc t plus theta, where Vc is nothing but the amplitude, Fc is nothing but the frequency, and theta is nothing but the phase angle. So for a carrier signal, I will be having three parameters what is called as the amplitude, the frequency and the phase angle. Depending upon which parameter I am varying, we are going to classify this modulation process into three different types what is called as the amplitude modulation, second one is frequency modulation, and the third one is phase modulation. We are having three different terms, parameters, amplitude, frequency and the phase. So depending on which parameter I am varying, which parameter of the carrier signal I am varying, accordingly we are going to classify the modulation process as the amplitude modulation, frequency modulation and the phase modulation. So what is this amplitude modulation? It is the process of varying the amplitude of a carrier signal. This is the equation of a carrier signal, right? So what is this amplitude modulation? It is the process of varying the amplitude of a carrier signal depending upon the instantaneous value of a modulating signal, keeping frequency and phase constant. We are having three different parameters, amplitude ide, frequency ide, phase ide. Amplitude modulation ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇವೆರಡನ್ನ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಡ್ತೀವಿ. So in all these three types of definitions, the carrier signal amplitude vary ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ frequency vary ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ phase vary ಆಗುತ್ತೆ depending upon the instantaneous value of a modulating signals or depending upon the amplitude of a modulating signal. So at this point the amplitude is 0. At this point the amplitude is maximum, positive maximum. At this point the amplitude is negative maximum. So amplitude modulation is the process of varying the amplitude of a carrier signal depending upon the amplitude of a modulating signal, keeping frequency and phase constant. If I am going to come with the frequency modulation, it is the process of varying the frequency of a carrier signal depending upon the amplitude of a modulating signal, keeping amplitude and phase constant. If I am going to come with the last definition, that is the phase modulation, it is the process of varying the phase of a carrier signal depending upon the amplitude of a modulating signal, keeping amplitude and frequency constant. So ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ನ ನಾನು ವೇರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ the other two parameters has to be maintained constant. So these are the three different types of modulations what we are going to study in detail in this particular chapter, that is amplitude modulation, frequency modulation and phase modulation. So modulation ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, superimposing of a low frequency modulating signal onto a high frequency carrier signal ಅಂತ. Is there is a need for modulation? ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ, ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ನೀಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್. Need for modulation anta bandaga, there are a number of reasons which is very much required in order to modulate the signals. So the very first reason for modulation is the length of the antenna. So length of antenna anta helidaga, we need an antenna for both ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ರಿಸೀವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನಲ್ಲೂ ನನಗೆ ಆ್ಯಂಟೆನಾ ಬೇಕು, ರಿಸೀವಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನಲ್ಲೂ ನನಗೆ ಆ್ಯಂಟೆನಾ ಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಫೋನ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ the antenna which is embedded within our mobile phone will be capable of acting both as a transmitting antenna as well as a receiving antenna. ಅಂತದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸೀವರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. We are going to study about these transceivers in the next sessions. So antenna is very very important in order to transmit the signal as well as receive the signals. So length of the antenna ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ this is the most important reason which is required in order to modulate the signal. The length of the antenna will be equal to 1/4 the wavelength of the signal which is to be transmitted. 1/4 the wavelength of the signal ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ wavelength is equal to lambda. So 1/4 the wavelength ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ this lambda can be written as c divided by f, where c is nothing but the speed of the light, that is 3 into 10 to the power of 8, that is em waves to speed. ಅದೇ ಎಫ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ the frequency of the signal. We know that the frequency of the signals is different for different applications. So length of the antenna is equal to c divided by 4f. Lambda is equal to c divided by f, but length of the antenna is equal to 1 lambda by 4 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ length of antenna is equal to c divided by 4f. I already told you the audio signal, the frequency will lie within the range of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. If I am going to consider this maximum frequency, that is the 20 kilohertz ನೇ ನಾನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 3 into 10 to the power of 8 divided by 4 into 20 into 10 to the power of 3. F ಜಾಗನಲ್ಲಿ I am substituting this 20 kilohertz. Then the length of antenna would be 3750 meters. So 3750 meters ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ practically it is impossible to build such a huge antenna. So what we are going to do is we are going to combine our actual signal with another signal whose frequency is very very large ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಜೊತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ದ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಹೈ. ಸೊ ಆ ಹೈ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಂಟೆನಾ ಅಂತ ಇವಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. If I am going to consider that our 20 kilohertz signal, that is our modulating signal, is combined with a carrier signal whose frequency is 10 megahertz anta tilkona. So now the actual frequency of the signal will become 10 megahertz. So in place of this 20 kilohertz, what I am going to write is 10 into 10 to the power of mega is 10 to the power of 6. So the actual length of antenna now will be equal to 7.5 meters, which is practically possible in order to construct this antenna. So if the frequency of the signal is less, then the length of the antenna will be very very large, which is practically impossible to build. If the frequency of the signal is very very large, that is radio frequency ತರ ಇದ್ರೆ, the length of the antenna will become less. So length of the antenna plays a very important role which is required for modulating the signals. So the next reason why we have to go with this modulation process ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ it is the operating range. So the operating range ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ the energy or the power of the signal which is to be transmitted to a longer distance depend upon the frequency. If the frequency of the signal is less, the energy possessed in that particular signal will be less. If the frequency of the signal is large, then the power of that signal or the energy of that signal will be very very large. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಲೋ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ವಿಚ್ ಲೈಸ್ ವಿದಿನ್ ದ ರೇಂಜ್ ಆಫ್ 20 ಹರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಟು 20 ಕಿಲೋ ಹರ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಅದು ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಕಡಿಮೆನೇ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿನ ನಾನು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಪೇಸಿಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಪಗೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲಿಂದ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ದ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆಫ್ ದಾಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಲೆಸ್, ವಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ದಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಟು ಅ ಲಾಂಗರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಟು ಅ ಲಾಂಗರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ದ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆಫ್ ದಾಟ್ particular signal must be large. In order to increase the energy of that particular signal, we have to undergo the process what is called as the modulation, in which the frequency of the signal will be very, very large, which in turn tells that the energy of that signal is very, very large. The next parameter or the next reason for modulating the signal is the wireless communication. So wireless communication anta ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ we are going to transmit the signal without wire or wireless anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? The basic requirement of our radio transmission or the radio communication is the signal has to be carried without the wire. The energy radiated from an antenna, if I am going to consider this as an antenna, the energy radiated into the space or into the ionosphere practically zero when I am going to transmit the signal which lie within the range of 15 kilohertz. The maximum audio frequency range of 20 kilohertz. Are 15 kilohertz tankanu iruvanta frequency na nanu radiate ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ try ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ with the help of antenna ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ the energy of this particular antenna will become less, will become practically zero. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ in order to increase the energy of the signal, what we are going to do is we are going to increase the frequency of the signal by undergoing the process what is called as modulation, which in turn helps in transmitting the signal to a larger distance. So this wireless communication anta ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ this antenna plays a very, very important role. The energy radiated by this antenna is also very, very important. So the energy radiated by this antenna will be zero for the frequencies below 15 kilohertz. So what we are going to do is we are going to increase the frequency of that signal, which in turn helps in transmitting the signal from one place to the other place. The next term or the next reason for modulation process is mixing of signals. Mixing of signals. So what is this mixing of signals anta ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ we know that the audio signal frequency will lie within the range of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. When I want to transmit the signals simultaneously, when I want to transmit all these signals simultaneously anta ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ there is the process of mixing of signals. Mixing of signals ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ we cannot recover that signal at the receiving end to a maximum extent. ಆ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಮಿಕ್ಸಪ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. So what we are going to do is we are going to modulate these different signals with a different carrier signal. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ carrier signal ಜೊತೆಗೆ modulate ಮಾಡಿ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಕಳಿಸೋದ್ರಿಂದ at the receiving end we can easily recover the actual signal from the carrier signal. It is nothing like carrying different food items in different carrier box. 3 to 4 carrier box ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು carrier box ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ 3 to 4 boxes ಇರುತ್ತೆ, within which I am going to place different items of food. So ಆ full item ಅನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ಆ full food ಅನ್ನ we are going to carry with the help of a carrier box. At the receiver end we are going to separate all those signals or all those food items separately. It can be assumed like that. So we are going to modulate these audio frequency signals with the different carrier signals whose frequency are different, such that it will be able to recover, or we will be able to recover the actual signal in a easier manner. The next type, the next reason for which the modulation is done is multiplexing. So multiplexing anta ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ using the same channel we are going to transmit a number of signals which can be received in the receiving station. One the best example anta ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ FM station. ನಮ್ಮದು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಫೋನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ರಿಸೀವಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅವರ್ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಫೋನ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಕೇಪಬಲ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಚರ್ 90.8, 92.7, 93.5 ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ದು ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸೀಸ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಕೇಪಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದೆ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಚಾನಲ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಏರ್. ಸೊ ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಪರ್ಮಿಟ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ದ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದ same channel, that is I can transmit a number of signals using the same channel without any interference of the signals. And the last reason for modulation is reduce noise and interference. Reduce noise and interference. If the signal is modulated we'll be having a number of different circuits which helps in minimizing the noise effect. I told you we cannot completely eliminate the noise, but the noise level can be minimized to a larger extent, and there will be no interference of the signal, there will be no interference of the unwanted signal with the actual signal. So these are some of the reasons why we have to undergo the process what is called as modulation, that is length of the antenna ಒಂದು, operating range, wireless communication, mixing of signals, multiplexing, reducing noise and interference. So let me conclude this session at this point. In the next session I will be coming with a new topic what is called as amplitude modulation. Until then, take care, bye bye.